Now I still have options with this Ethereum trade that I've opened. I can add more margin to it to make the trade safer and reduce this liquidation price. I can click on this plus button beside margin and add a margin of another 0.14 USDT. So if I double the margin, the liquidation price falls to 1042.72. It's as good as I'm now trading with 5 times leverage because I've doubled how much money I've put in for the same amount of Ethereum. So what I've halved my margin, my leverage rather. I can still go ahead. Of course, this trade is now much safer than what it was before. The price would have to fall to 1042.72 USDT for liquidation to occur, but I can make it even safer by adding another 0.28. That means I've added 4 times what was there, or I've made it up to 4 times what was there before. If I do that, the estimated liquidation price after increase will fall to 761.32. That means it would have to fall to 761.32 before liquidation can occur. That's quite safe. But if I want to make it so safe that liquidation can never occur, I would have to add up to 10 times what was there before, because I'm using 10 times leverage, so that's as good as just buying normally without using any leverage. So if I want to add up to 10 times, to make this clearer, let me remove the 0.14 that I put there initially. Now I want to make 0.14, I want to turn it to 1.4. That means I'll add 1.26. Now at 1.25, okay, 1.26. Now I added 1.26. The margin is now 1.4. What I've bought is worth exactly 1.4, and I've used 1.4 to buy it. So I'm essentially not using any leverage anymore. So no liquidation can happen. Even if the price falls to $1, I still have my funds there. If I can wait for the price to go back up, it will eventually go back up someday. So no liquidation can happen because I've eliminated my margin completely. So that's just as good as buying normally on the market without using leverage. If I remove 1.26, I go back to 10 times leverage. You see that? Now another option I have is to adjust leverage and increase it to 100 times. That's the maximum for Ethereum. For Bitcoin is 125. If I increase it to 100 times and I click on confirm, initially nothing will change except the leverage. Leverage is now 100%, and the percentage profit has increased, but the actual profit in USDT has not changed. It's still 0. Now, how that can have an effect is if I then remove from the margin. Now that I've increased the leverage, I can remove from the margin, meaning I'm now using less money to buy that same amount of Ethereum. So if I remove margin, here it has indicated that the maximum margin I can remove is 0.12. If I remove all that and click on confirm, my liquidation price has now come up very close to 1304.03. So if the price of Ethereum should drop to 1304.03, I'm going to lose my entire 2 cents that I've invested, you see. So, and that's a very narrow range, and that's why trading with 100 times leverage is not advised. Yes, if it should go up in price and make a lot of money, for example, I bought at 1314.7. If it should go up to 1320, okay, if it should go up to, let's say, 1325, I will make 50% profit with just that narrow change in price. Or it goes up to 1350, I'll make 150% profit on my 2 cents. So to make 100% profit in 100 times leverage, takes just a 1% increase. That's an addition of 13.1471. That's 13.15. If I add that, that's 27 here and 86 here. You can do the math, you'll see what I'm saying. And okay, well, um, it's not exact because in this case, ideally the leverage should not be more than one, the margin should not be more than 1.4, but because it's already in red here, it's not allowing me to remove so much margin. So what I've actually invested is 1.4 really instead of 14. And if you should increase by 1% to 1327.86 and make that 1 USDT, is likely to actually be 1.4 USDT. But let's say it increases by 100%, it doubles in price over time to 2628, 2629.52. I'm going to make 1.31 USDT with an investment of just 0.02 USDT. That's a lot of percentage, but the risk is quite high and it's not likely that it will get to that price before it drops first to 1,304 and liquidates. That's the problem with using very high leverage. So in this case, what I'm going to do, because I can't reduce that leverage anymore, I'm going to close that position. All right. And automatically these are useless, so the system will close them.